Alright, what's going on guys? It's Flame, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. I know, those are some sad words to say. Unfortunately, I have run out of content from the Black Ops Cold War Alpha. I do hope you guys enjoyed those videos that I uploaded. I had a blast playing it, although skill-based matchmaking was a little bit annoying. I will definitely say that for sure. But yeah, we're hopping back on some Modern Warfare. They, split up the shipment, shoot the ship 24/7 into separate playlists. So that's good for me. And today's going to be another episode of the Obsidian Grind. It's been a long time since I've done one of those because, 2 weeks of Phase 5 grinding, just only sniping, and then follow that up by the Cold War Alpha. So didn't have much time to be doing any of this. But I actually unlocked, hold on, let me find a class, here we go. Shit. Just put on Ghost. I unlocked the Obsidian Desert Eagle. There you go. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I did it in hardcore. Obviously, I'm doing all the pistols in hardcore. It was alright. It was pretty fun to use, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this thing looks pretty damn cool. So anyways, that is, I believe, the 11th gun that I have Obsidian now. Out of, 39. So probably not gonna finish this. Also, I am actually approaching 100,000 kills, so I thought it might be a fun idea to do a trick shot for my 100,000th kill. Let me know if you guys want to see that. And actually, I'm 5,007 on the leaderboard. I'm about to break top 5,000 in like one game. So that's pretty cool. But now I am working on the X16, and I actually completed another Obsidian pistol that'll probably be like one of the next couple videos, one of those, because there's also another thing that I want to do, but it'll be a video in one of the upcoming days. So yeah, these pistols, they're pretty easy, as long as I get, a decent amount of playtime in per day. I can finish out usually at least a pistol per day. I finished an entire one yesterday. Not gonna tell you which one because you gotta wait for the video, haha. But yeah, this is what I'm working on now. I'm actually, yeah, pretty much halfway done this thing, so I'm just gonna hop into a game, and yeah, I kind of want to just talk about the whole Black Ops Cold War Alpha and all that jazz, so catch you guys in the game. Alrighty, man, it's shipment time. So I'd just like to real quick say I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting over the last like month or so. It's been really crazy, with the Phase 5 sniping grind. You guys really showed some love on all those videos, and it really means a lot to me, so thank you all so much for all the support. And then as well on the Cold War videos, I can't wait for the beta to be able to make more videos just sniping on that game. And yeah, so let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on the Cold War Alpha? What would you change? What do you think was good? What do you think needed some adjustment? And all that stuff, because I'm really curious to see what the community is thinking. I'm pretty sure it's mostly the same for everyone. Most people say, whatchamacallit, that skill-based matchmaking was way too crazy, and I 100% agree with that all the way. That skill-based matchmaking was just way too much during that alpha. It felt like it was worse than Modern Warfare. So yeah, definitely skill-based matchmaking needs some adjustment. And a lot of people were saying the snipers were too overpowered. I could see why they'd say that coming off of Modern Warfare. I could understand that. The snipers are pretty damn strong. But that being said, that's teammate. I don't think it really warrants too much of a nerf, because regardless of how overpowered snipers are, unless you make it so that they like literally one shot from 5 light years away, then you can't really make them super overpowered, because snipers require skill, and at the end of the day, what it comes down to with, there being an engagement between a sniper and someone using an AR or an SMG or whatever is, chances are, if the person using the AR or the red gun or whatever is good at their job, good at playing the video game, or at least decent, then if the sniper hits their first shot, they win the gunfight, and if they miss their first shot, then they lose the gunfight. Especially because, time to kill is still fairly fast. It's leading on the Modern Warfare side of things, in between Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4. So, yeah, that's... You're a living human being. That's teammate. My bad. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. I hope that, you know, the nerf is a small nerf. I think after this year of torture for snipers that we deserve a nice year, you know, in return for that. Because the snipers in this game were so super slow, and then even when they buffed the car ADS speed, it doesn't really matter because its bolting speed is still kind of slow, and it just doesn't really work very well. But yeah, the maps felt pretty nice, all things considered. Satellite flowed really well. It felt really good to play it. People were actually moving. Aside from the occasional... That's teammate again. Aside from the occasional people that would camp in the dunes, which were probably people that were just, you know, getting off Modern Warfare, and the same people that drool and sit in corners and don't actually play the video game. That was probably those people. But aside from that, most of the games that I was playing, people were actually like running around, pushing. Moscow felt great as well. That was a good map. A little bit not so great for sniping compared to Satellite, whereas it was really good for red gunning, I'd say. Moscow was. But, yeah. And Miami was probably the worst one in my opinion. It kind of just, I don't know, there were a lot of people that would just sit in the windows, like that one little balcony kind of thing, and it felt like really big, and like there were lots of buildings, there were lots of twisty areas, lots of places, and also it felt to me like that people were, like on the enemy team, people were spawning far apart. Like, normally the way spawns should work is, say you're killing the enemy team in the middle on like the B flag and your team's spawning on the A flag, then the entire enemy team should spawn on the C flag, or, you know, clustered around it, not like all literally in one spot, but generally around the C flag. So Miami, it felt like they were kind of just spawning like all over the place. They would never really spawn as a full team, but just kind of some of them here, some of them there, that kind of thing. Which was kind of annoying, because if you're trying to hit sniper clips like me or whatever, then finding, you know, 2 of them there and 3 of them there and 1 other guy there, that's just kind of hard to, you know, do anything with. But that is a living human being, wow. Honestly, AK-74U was the best gun. Probably gonna get adjusted. XM4 was also really good. The Uzi was very underrated. Type, I don't even, it was like 8.2 something. It was called something different, but it was the damn Uzi. I can confirm it was the Uzi. Yeah, it was the Uzi. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I personally liked the LW3 better than the R700, or the Pellington 703, if that's what you want to call it. But they were both really good. They felt very similar. The LW3 was just a tad bit slower and a tad bit more powerful, whereas the Pellington was a tad bit faster and a tad bit weaker, but, you know, they felt generally the same. I don't know how I feel about the kill streak system. I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world. Like, people are kind of blowing it out of proportion a little, if you ask me. But at the same time, I don't know. I do really like that they made it so that Ghost doesn't function when you're standing still, because that just kind of shows me that they were actually listening to what the community wanted. And, you know, people complained about that specific aspect of Modern Warfare for the entire year and are still complaining about it at this point. And it's good that they, you know, actually like kind of saw that feedback and are like, hey, making this improvement will make our game better, people will enjoy it more, and hopefully that, you know, idea that they have to try and make the game better and more fun and more enjoyable leads them to nerf skill-based matchmaking at least a little bit in some way. Scump actually made a video on skill-based matchmaking in Cold War, and I mean technically in the COD game, Modern Warfare as well. But he brought up some really, really good points on what skill-based matchmaking is like, why it should change, why it makes the game not great, like why it kind of drags down the experience of the COD game that it is in. And yeah, I definitely hope you guys check that out. You know, skill-based matchmaking has been getting a lot of attention over this year, and it's getting even more attention now with Cold War, considering that it seems to be even more powerful than in Modern Warfare. So yeah, let me know your overall thoughts on, you know, Cold War, skill-based matchmaking, and all that in the comment section below. And thank you all so much for the support. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so let's make that happen before the end of 2020. I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a sub if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.